Good afternoon. My name is Cathy Burgess. I live out in Leominster, Massachusetts, and I'd like to give you a little rundown about my experience with DryZone basements. As many of you are probably aware, we had catastrophic rainfall here in Leominster back last Monday, which was September 11th, 2023. We received 11 inches of rain in 4 hours. Much flooding throughout the city. We had railroad tracks washed away. We had houses washed away, cars washed away, sinkholes all over the city, and a lot of flooding in all the basements in my neighborhood. Luckily for me, about 12 years ago, I had a sump pump system installed by DryZone. They installed what was called a TripleSafe Sump pump system. They designed a system that pumped the water from anything that ran close to my basement. It would be pumped to the back corner of my yard. So I do get a little water back there periodically due to the fact that that's where all the water is rushed to from the basement, but my basement is dry and that's what matters to me 100%. I worked with Curtis, who was wonderful on Monday when we had that catastrophic flooding. I heard an alarm go off. I panicked because I knew how much rain was coming down outside in such a short period. So I ran down to my basement and an alarm was going off, which I had never heard before. I got very, very nervous. I called and Curtis picked up the phone, which was after hours, and I was so thankful. First thing I did was thank him for picking up the phone, and he said, "That's what we're here for." So thank you, Curtis, for that. And he informed me that he could hear the alarm in the background, but that was the alarm informing me that my second pump was now kicking in because the third one was running at capacity. So that was just a relief for me, knowing that I wasn't going to flood within the next few minutes and that I was going to be safe. Here in my neighborhood, I live on a beautiful little quiet cul-de-sac. It's only about 8 houses, and 4 of the 8 houses flooded. And we're not talking inches, we're talking feet. Some of my neighbors across the street had up to 4, 5, 6 feet of water in their basement due to the flooding from the September 11th rains. The 4 of us on the other side of the street all do have a sump pump system, but I have the largest one. I went with the TripleSafe. I've had several different technicians come here over the years. They do recommend, I call it my well care checkup, kind of like a physician's office, because my sump pump is like that important to me. So I do have them come out every March or April and just give the system a whole check over. They check the battery, make sure it's still running at top capacity, 8 to 10 hours in case I lose power, to make sure all the pumps are sufficient. There's times where they said the pump was just about gone and I've replaced it, no questions asked. This year, Jake was at my house in April and he was wonderful. He came upstairs and he told me that one of my pumps, the M95, was a little bit weak. The fact that he gave me his opinion but didn't push either way, yes, you definitely need this product, or no, you don't need it. He just let me make up my mind. He really, and I trust his opinion. He was a great man to work with. I like the fact that they don't push their product on you. They let you make that decision. They just give you their honest opinion. Referring back to last Monday, when we all went out, we were all talking and we were helping each other, and I was trying to help my neighbors pull out and save what they could in some of their basements. They were all like, "How did you get no water? Like, that's just amazing. Like, we're all flooded." And I told them, I said, "Well, I do have this TripleSafe Sump pump system that I had installed years ago that I have, my maintenance fee done on it every year, and I feel completely safe. The crew is honest, they're fair, they're caring, they answer their phones, they're there for you whenever you need them." And to me, that's the most important thing. When you're calling after hours and you think you're going to flood and nobody's picking up the phone and you're at home by yourself, anxiety, and I said, but that doesn't happen. They do pick up the phone. So I recommended DryZone basements for my neighbors that flooded. The fact that you're a great crew, you're honest, you're fair, you're caring, that means so much. That's what a homeowner looks for when they buy a product. It's not always the price, it's what you're getting in return. Anybody can give you any price, cheap, high, medium, whatever you think, but it's not always the price. It's the people that you're dealing with. And I have to say DryZone has been A++ for me.